All right, so I'm Ashley, as you guys know, and I started Flourish Fitness back in this past summer. Um, let's see, I think Priscilla and Giselle were two of my probably first coaches. Um, and it's so fun to see like it grow and just us have more of a community, and it's really fun. You guys are awesome, and I'm just so grateful for all you guys. Um, and then Priscilla stepped on board and she co-leads Flourish Fitness with me because we both decided we're busy moms. We don't really have a lot of time. And so it's been fun to be able to kind of just throw some ideas and thoughts back and forth with her and have her help with things. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Priscilla for just a sec so she can say hi. Go ahead, Priscilla.
Hi, everyone. So for those of you that don't know me yet, I joined Ashley's team, I think it was in September of last year, and I was like full force, ready to do this with her and super excited. I was pregnant at the time, started leading challenge groups and just really felt like this is what I was meant to do. And it was really kind of funny because Ashley was kind of talking about her coaches starting their teams. And in my head, I thought, I don't want to start my own team. I want to run Flourish Fitness with her. But I didn't actually say this. But then she reached out to me shortly after and asked me. So, of course, I jumped on board and was super excited. I love what she's doing with the team, and I just want to be a big part of it. So I'm just really grateful to be here and to help you guys. And I really think and know that our team is going to do great. We're going to do some really big things. And I'm glad that we're growing at the pace that we are, because I feel like we're adding just really quality people and people that are doing this for the right reasons. So yeah, I'm excited for you guys to be here, and I hope that these trainings will help you all just to have that confidence and continue to grow your teams and just build a really good business for you all. So yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Priscilla. Totally. And I totally agree. Priscilla and I have talked about this a lot, how we genuinely want quality over quantity. And so I think you girls are a perfect definition of that. Just quality coaches, and you genuinely care about people. And I love that each of you truly care about your business and about helping people, and you don't want to be spammy and salesy and be like kind of the white noise that everybody else is out there on social media. And so I think that it's really, really awesome. I love our team. So today I wanted to kind of just address, I named it Selling Without Selling, because I think the word selling is like super intimidating. We get super intimidated by the thought of selling or a salesperson. And I've always said, I'm not a salesperson. I hate selling things. And the reason I think I've always said that is because I've been put in situations where I was pressed to sell in a really salesy, spammy way. And so I immediately kind of have this like negative feeling towards selling. And so I really just want us to kind of get that like connotation out of our head of selling and think of it more as we're helping people and we're helping them solve their problems essentially. And so I want to kind of walk us through like a little, I'm calling it a pyramid because I don't know, that's just what I visualize in my head, and kind of walk through the steps. So like we'll envision the base and then kind of moving up. Okay, so you guys can take notes or whatever, take notes of it in your head. Okay, so like I said, I want us to think of it as a pyramid. And we have to get all the way to the top to truly land the sale, okay? So the base part of the pyramid is being a product of the product. I think we do that all really well. I think that we need to do this on social media, but we also need to do this in real life. So with our family and friends, we are being an example of balance and moderation. We're getting in our workouts regularly. We're talking about our workouts. And then same with social media. I think it's easy to just get it done, but posting and showing our followers that we're actually doing that is crucial, because they don't want to be on your team or sign up with you if you're not a healthy example to them. And so I wanted to highlight Michelle. I think Michelle does an amazing job at this. She posts her workout every single day, and I like, I want to be like that because I truly, like, I try to post workout pictures, but I feel like she does it in a very creative way, and I think she does really well. She's very consistent with it. So keep up the good work, Michelle. And so I think this is super important. Like, it's our foundation, but at the same time, we can't stop there. Okay, we have to keep moving up the pyramid. And I think that sometimes it's easy to stop there. I think it's sometimes easy to just think, oh, we're just going to post pictures of our workouts and our healthy food and hope that people are going to reach out to us. And people are scared to reach out, and they're especially scared of commitment. And I think some people don't know how to reach out. And so I think that's where we need to kind of nudge them along a little bit. So my next little level in our pyramid is just talking about the programs and the products as part of our daily conversation and daily life. And so this doesn't necessarily mean pitching it yet or pitching the product. It just means talking about it. So like, say you're hanging out with your mom friends and you guys are trying to plan a play date or something, and they suggest a time and they're like, oh, and you say, oh, well, I really need to get my workout in, but I'm so glad I can do it at home. That sounds really corny, but you know what I mean? Like, kind of adding it into the conversation, like talking about, okay, like, I'm so glad that I don't have to go trek to the gym every day. I can do my workout at home. And hopefully that will kind of like spark some conversation for you guys. And you can tell them like, oh yeah, I do the 21-day fix. It's a great program. It's full body workouts, minimal equipment. And I've gotten tons of results, as well as several of the people that I work with. And so I think we need to constantly be trying to bring those things up in conversation. So I'm going to give a little example here. I'm going to give an example next. Hold on one sec. So that's our next kind of level, is bringing it up in conversation, telling people what you're doing. And so is Jess on here? I don't think Jessica's on here yet. No, she's not. She said she was going to, but okay. So Jessica Fleming on our team, she and her husband are actually in our small group, and they do a great job of this. They just talk about it. They're like, oh, like, I'm so excited. I'm going to go home and have my Shakeology for my dessert or whatever. And they just talk about it like it's part of their daily life. And it's not annoying. They're not selling anybody anything. They're just talking about it because it is a big part of their life, and it's a big part of our life. So I think just getting comfortable and confident in the products you're using and the programs you're doing is crucial. Okay, next level is making the pitch, which I think is oftentimes the hardest part and can be a little bit intimidating. And I think we're going to just go back to confidence here. I think that's the biggest part. And I think it doesn't have to be awkward. It doesn't have to, I think we like hype ourselves up because we're like, oh my gosh, we're going to ask them and we don't want to bug them or bother them, or we're being annoying. And I think we just need to get that out of our head and think of it as we're helping them. Like, it's changed my life and I want to change your life. And if they're going to take it as being annoying or whatever, honestly, I kind of feel like it's their problem. Like, let's be real. So I think that we need to be confident. Don't make it awkward. And I think that I'm going to kind of give two examples because I know it's different dealing with people in person versus people online. And I know we do a lot of our business online. But I think that it's important both ways. Like, even when we're writing our emails, like, we don't want to write like what comes off the Beachbody website. Like, we want to write how we would talk to that person. Like, be conversational, be like, hey, like, just how you would talk in person. And I think also that you have to think about your relationship with that person. So if you know the person in real life, don't email them. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's almost like a way to kind of get out of it. If you see them regularly, talk to them in person, or even text them if you feel like if you're busy or you don't see each other regularly, but you know them in person, text them because it's a little more personal. And then let's see, what else do I have written down here? Okay, I wanted to give an example of my hairdresser. Okay, so I was getting my hair done, and she was asking me like, oh, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, great. My fitness business is just keeping me really busy, and balance is constantly something that I need to work on. And she's like, oh, what do you exactly, because we haven't really talked about this before. And she's like, what do you exactly do for your fitness business? And I said, well, I run online boot camps. And she was instantly intrigued because online boot camps are really, even though we feel like online boot camps are very popular or normal, a lot of people don't know what online boot camps are. And so they instantly get intrigued. And she's like, what is that? And so I told her what I do and how they work. And she's like, oh my goodness, I would love, I need like a healthy, I need to get healthy again. And I need a workout regimen. I need someone that really just encourages me and keeps me accountable. And I was like, dude, you should totally sign up. We start in a week. Like, I just said it out of confidence. I wasn't like, you know, okay, this is what we need to do. You need to sign up and I'm going to send you an invoice. And I just said it very like conversationally. I just said like, you should join. It's awesome. We have a great group of ladies starting. They're amazing. We're going to have a great time. And it was very casual. Like I didn't hype myself up. I didn't like put all this pressure on myself to sell it instantly. If she says no, okay, she says no, you know? And so I think that we just need to be confident in what we're doing and know what we're talking about, especially, and be excited about it because people see that in us. Same with email. I think that, you know, you need to not put so much pressure on yourself to sound perfect. Okay. Just be yourself. And then the top of the pyramid, unfortunately, not everybody just says, okay, let's do it. The top of the pyramid is following up, which is also another part that can be difficult. And I think a lot of us feel like we're being annoying. And once again, I think it's important to remember that we are helping them. And I always tell people this too, those of you that have come to me. So I think even though in our heads, it's kind of like in the front of our head, like, oh, I reached out to Priscilla and she like 2 days ago and she hasn't responded to me yet. Like, I don't know if I should email her again or whatever. So even though Priscilla might be thinking about it, it's probably in the back of her mind right now, like kind of on her back burner where it's on our front burner. And so I think that like, we don't want to get too pushy or excited. I think we need to remember that they're probably thinking about it, but it's kind of on their back burner. And so at the same time, we also need to try to remind them and help them remember because it's helpful to remind them. We're not bugging them. Because to be quite honest, like those things that are put on the back of my mind and my back burner, I oftentimes will forget about it or I'll remember it after it's too late. And so I try to remember, like, I'm just helping them. And once again, I think we need to be super conversational, super chill as we're following up with these people. So I honestly send like a 2 to 3 sentence email. I'm just like, hey, Savannah, I did this to you the other day. I was like, hey, Savannah, I was just thinking about you and I just wanted to know where you're at with things. Let me know. I would love to hear from you. I hope you're having a great week. Like, did I come off as salesy or annoying or, yeah. No, I cared about Savannah. I know that her joining our team would be life-changing for her and would benefit her. And I don't think it came off as salesy at all. And so I think we just need to remember that we're helping these people. We genuinely want the best for them. And yeah, it does benefit us too, but I don't think that is ultimately our why. It's helping them is ultimately our why. Let me see. Oh, and I also get asked a lot, how soon do you follow up with people? So what I usually tell people is if my challenge group starts in a month and I emailed them and they haven't emailed me back in a couple of days, I usually wait a week. If I still have like a month to go, it's still kind of far out, I usually wait about a week. If we're getting closer to that start date, I usually go about 2 to 3 days. And I kind of, when we are in the final week, right before it starts, I kind of make it sound urgent, like, and it technically is, but I'm like, hey, we have slots filling up and I really would love to know if you're going to join us or not, so I can plan to make it, the best boot camp I can. And so I think creating a sense of urgency is also good and helpful. But you also don't want to like email them every day or every other day and be like, hey, I haven't heard from you, because the reality is, even though you and I probably check our email once a day or multiple times a day, most people don't. They probably check it every few days. Or if you're like my husband, like once a week or something. So let me see what else. Okay, well, I think I'm going to stop chatting now. Sorry. I could talk all day. I'm a chatterbox, you guys. Okay, I'm going to pass on the mic to Priscilla. She just is going to add some more, and then we'll end with like a Q&A, whatever, thought time. So go for it, Priscilla.
All right. So I just kind of wanted to hone in a little bit more on the confidence part of things. I know for myself, and I think with this being a multi-level marketing company, it's really easy to feel salesy because a lot of MLMs out there make their people be very salesy. So I know for myself, initially, I have that feeling like they're just going to think I'm trying to sell to them, and I don't want to be like that. And it can be hard to get over that hurdle in the beginning, but I've done other MLMs and they weren't anything that I was passionate about. And that's what makes this so different is we're not just selling a product to people, we're selling this complete lifestyle that is so life-changing. And whether they're just in our challenge groups or become a coach on our team, it's going to change their life for the best. And we just have to always remember that when we're talking to people and not let that hang up of, oh my gosh, I don't want to be pushy and salesy, get the best of us. If we truly, truly believe in this product, which I know you all do, it'll come off that way. And remember the value, and you can't look at it as like, oh, $140, that's a lot for me. They're going to, shy away at the price. That's not a lot for everyone. Some people, $140 is nothing. So don't ever let that price scare you because really what they get for that is they get so much more. It really should be more than $140. So try not to let that be a hang up for you also. So just really hone in on that, the value that you're giving them, and just how much these products truly do work and what the lives that they change. I know for myself, anytime I listen to the National Wake Up Call, it's really like that rejuvenating feeling I get, like, yes, this really is a great, company to work for. And it's not like all the rest. And we're not out there just trying to make money. Like, we truly care. We truly want to change these lives. And, I'm not going to let the fear of sales and multi-level marketing get the best of me because I want to help people. And this is how I'm going to do it. So if you're kind of struggling with that a little bit, I would recommend maybe doing some maybe team up with your husband or a friend or even one of us coaches and just do a little bit of role playing and just kind of try to get that confidence level up. I know I did this a little bit with one of our coaches, Lonnie. Her and I are friends. So she called the other day and, just was getting ready to reach out to her first people and just wanted to run it by me. Like, how does this sound? And, I think it's a really good thing to do. And it can be a little intimidating to kind of, do that back and forth, but it does help because you get that constructive criticism and you get a feel for how it's going to sound, whether it's over the phone or through an email. So I just think if you guys really try and just get that confidence up and get comfortable with it, it'll just really help kind of boost your self-confidence in it. And always remember your why. That's a big thing. And it's something that I work on all the time. I've been doing this for a while now and I truly believe in it. And this is what I'm so passionate about. Like I know all of you are, but there are days when I've gotten told no over and over again. And it's hard to get over that hurdle. So just always remembering your why, and people are watching you regardless of if they've told you, no, I'm not interested. They're still watching you. And you may never get a chance to work with them, but you might still be an influence in their life in a really positive way. And that's what this is all about. So just, keep at it. You guys are all doing really good. And for some of the newer coaches, just kind of watch like how Ashley pointed out, Michelle, how she puts her, workout pictures up. Just kind of get a feel for what everyone's doing. We do want to stand out as a team of people that truly care and, trying to kind of break the mold of what all that white noise is out there and just really kind of sharing our hearts and, just our passion for all of this. There's Reese. So yeah, I just, if you guys have any questions on that, or like I said, if any of you need to kind of do a little bit of that, like role play back and forth, we're more than happy to do that with you. We want to build your self-confidence up and just get you to that point where, like Ashley said, like you can just talk about it comfortably in front of anyone. At this point, a lot of my friends and family know that I'm the healthy one. So they're always coming to me for recipes or workout tips and stuff. And it's fun. It's exciting to be that person. So yeah, so that's kind of what I have to say on that.
Awesome. Thank you, Priscilla. I think she is totally right. Like, I think we need to be the people in our friends and families and circles and followers' lives that they want to reach out to when they think of, oh my goodness, I need help with my health and fitness, or, oh, I'm looking for healthy on the go ideas. Okay, I just got a notification that we have to end within 10 minutes. Otherwise, I have to upgrade my Zoom account. So, all right. So I want to end with, does anybody have questions or just like, just thoughts or struggles that they've had? Like maybe certain instances where they feel like they didn't know what to do or how, or certain just pain points that they've had in their business. I would love to talk about this and answer any questions. So go ahead, and if you have a question or a thought, feel free to unmute yourself and chime in.
I've had 3 or 4 people that have reached out to me and asked questions, and I've given them the cost of 21 Day Fix in Shakeology, and they're like, oh, 140 or 160, whenever it was. Like, oh, that's great. Like, yeah, I'm totally in. And then they just disappear. And like, I'll wait a couple days, follow up. I'll wait a couple weeks, follow up again. And they're people that I'm not super close with, so I don't have like a phone number, or
yeah,
I don't see them in person. They live in a different state or something, and I guess I'm just like, I kind of write it off and just count it as whatever. Maybe it's just not going to work out with them. But have you guys had anyone that happens to and they ever come back? Or do you just keep reaching out every couple months, or just give up? I feel like
are they people you like have met in person, or are they followers that you've gotten up from Instagram?
Yeah, they're people that I've met.
Okay. So I would probably say that my guess is they're probably like in their head, they're like, oh, that either one, they said, oh, that's great. And really they don't feel like it's a great price. Excuse me. Or 2, maybe they talked to their significant other and they disagreed. And so that's their way of ending the conversation about it, is by not responding to you, which is unfortunate. It kind of drives me crazy when people don't respond. But I think oftentimes what happens is when people like that are interested, they'll eventually reach their breaking point and they'll want something. And so I think it's important for you to continue to follow up. And I don't think like every week, but I would just say like when you have a new challenge group starting, like, you know, once a month or whatever, just reach out to them and be like, hey, we have a new group starting in a couple weeks. I would love to have you join. Or maybe if there's like a promotion on the program you're doing or whatever, or if you're offering a promotion, email them about it and deal with it that way. Because I have had people like that just kind of like drop off the face of the earth. And I don't know what the reason is, but sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. I do try to stay and follow up with them regularly.
Yeah, and one thing I would say that's kind of helped me is I'll kind of send someone a message that's kind of been like that, where they haven't really responded a whole lot to me, and say like, you know, on like the Facebook messages, it's basically me talking to myself. I'll send a message and just kind of say, you know, and it really depends on how well you know them, but I'll say like, look, I really don't want to bother you, so I would, you know, appreciate it, or maybe not even to that effect, but just something to the effect of like, can you let me know one way or the other? Because I don't want to keep sending you a message and bothering you. You know, and sometimes that helps. And sometimes we're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I've been meaning to message you back, you know. And I had a girl, and Ashley knows that, you know, told me, she went through one of my groups and told me, yeah, I want to be a coach. And then I was like, great, this is awesome. And then nothing, didn't hear from her. And then a month later, yeah, I still want to do that. I want to talk to you. So I saw her in person, nothing. Like this literally went back and forth for months. Well, she finally got to the point and said, okay, I'm serious this time. I really want to do it. And she's a discount coach for us. But sometimes I think it does just take some time, and you just have to kind of be there and constant, but not like bugging them, of course. And just kind of let them know, like, I would like an answer, because I don't want to keep bothering you, if this is getting annoying. So, and like I said, it just kind of depends on how well you know the person, kind of how you go about that. My screen just froze. Is anyone else's frozen?
Yeah. I see your screen is black. Sorry, I had a coughing attack. I'm like getting over a cold, and so I get drips in my throat of congestion, and then I can't stop coughing. Anyways, Giselle, I'm gonna put you on the spot for a second. Does anybody else have questions? Anybody else, or thoughts, or Savannah? I know you're probably oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming, but I just really appreciate you making it a priority to be on the call. So hopefully.
Well, I just want to say one thing, encouraging to everyone else, especially about the price, because in the world of nutrition and dietetics especially, people will pay $140 easy for 1 hour of counseling. So to offer them one-on-one accountability and advice and tips and this workout program and Shakeology, all that for that price, I mean, that's really, really doable for people that genuinely have an interest in their own health. So don't let price be a deterrent or make you feel like that's asking too much, because it's really not.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, Savannah's a registered dietitian, and she, I think, is going to be a wealth of knowledge for us. I've already emailed her questions. I'm like, okay, can you compare this and this for me? So she's super smart when it comes to nutrition. So I think it'll be awesome. So really quick, Giselle, I'd love to hear, so obviously Giselle's rocking it with her sales. So I would love to hear kind of your, we'll have to make it quick, your kind of follow-up strategy. How do you follow up with your clients without feeling like you're being salesy or annoying?
Gosh, I don't know how I do it. I just, like you said, kind of follow up dependent on when the challenge group starts. So if it's a month, I have several people that I've contacted and we've gone back and forth, and I haven't heard back from them, but I'm not really pushing it yet because my next challenge group doesn't start until May 9th. So I'm just kind of leaving it up to them to watch my leads, and then my social media. And if they comment on that, great. If not, as it gets closer, then I start to push it. Honestly, I've gotten a lot of sales recently from references from challenge group members that have recommended the challenge group to friends and family. So I think what's really benefiting me is just being, a really good coach for my challenge groups, and making sure that I'm checking in daily with my clients and making sure that they are enjoying the program, or if they have any questions, just being available. I post multiple times throughout the day in my groups. I'm posting recipes, just really making it a group that they feel comfortable with, that they're seeing results. And if they have any questions or concerns, they're not afraid to come and ask me. And I think from that, they're referring me to friends and family. And I've gotten a lot of sales from that the past few months. So that's been kind of my biggest sales point lately.
Yeah, that is really awesome. That's a really good sign. So, and I think that as some of you coaches, oh, sorry, I keep coughing. Some of you, as you coaches go on, you'll notice that more. Sorry.
Yeah, it definitely didn't happen the first few months. I've been coaching since November, I think was the first group I led. And I've told, potential coaches, now that I have those first few months, you're not going to have a lot of group members. You're going to have a few slow months, but eventually it'll pick up and you'll get more clients and you'll get more references, and let those people do more than one challenge group with you, because when they see what you have to offer, they're more likely to go and share it with their friends and family.
For sure. Yeah, thanks for sharing that with us. I think that's really cool. I didn't realize that. Okay, anybody else? Sorry about my cough attack. Oh my gosh. I'm not crying, really. Anybody else? I'm so grateful that you guys hopped on and took the time out of your day to just join in. We're hoping to do this once a month, and then every month we'll kind of cover a different topic. So if you guys have like things in your business that you specifically would love to hear about from other people, like from other coaches, or just things that you struggle with, please message Priscilla or me and just let us know, because we just want to be a community and support for each other. And even though it's essentially each our own business, right? The cool thing about multi-level marketing is that we have these teams that we can support one another and, you know, get ideas from each other, because we all have different circles. Like we're all in different circles. And so we get to reach more people that way. So thank you.